All right, what's up? Today we are going to jump right in and talk about the number one thing that you can do to improve your nutrition. The number one thing you should start with. Do this before anything else when it comes to your nutrition and getting your nutrition habits built and building that foundation. And what is that thing? That is focusing on quality calories. Quality calories. What do I mean by getting quality calories? I get this term from one of my mentors, Mike Dolce, who says, "Make calories count." And what that means, what quality calories is you probably heard me say it a million times. It's focus on nutrient dense, whole, real foods. And it's really that simple. When it comes to nutrition, getting better, improving, whether it's nutrition or training, our overall health, you know what you need to do. Most of it is behavior issues. It is you just don't want to do hard things. You don't want to change because whatever reason, backlash from friends. It's hard. It's difficult. You're so comfortable being in your current lifestyle routine, and this is one of the simplest things you can do. All it is focusing on those quality calories, those real nutrient dense, real foods. I know this isn't any magic or some biohacking BS that you'll hear. It is real food. It's think of single ingredient foods you get from the earth. So your vegetables, your fruits, your nuts, your seeds, your rice, potatoes, the things that grow from the earth, all that good stuff, all those good nutrient dense foods. A lot of these are more carb and fat based. Yes, there are protein based plant sources, but it's not as dense as the other whole food, nutrient dense, real foods, and that is our foods you get from animals. So your meats, your fish, your eggs, dairy, all stuff you get from the animals. That is what it means by these whole nutrient dense, real foods. Things that are as close to from the source as possible. Yes, these are more minimally processed. Everything is a process. You have to pick an apple. You have to butcher the cow and get the meat and all that stuff. You have to milk it for the dairy. You have to get the egg from the chicken, and then you have to go crack it and fry it or whatever, however you make your eggs. So there is a process involved in all of this, but these are minimally processed. Think they're really only one ingredient. An apple is an apple, an orange is an orange, an egg is an egg. There's nothing else to it. It's not that cookie, that chip that you get from the store that you look at the ingredient label and there's 75 different things on there. Half of them you can't pronounce. Half of them have probably sound like something you don't want to be eating, which is probably true because most of that stuff you don't want to be eating. And if you can just switch to eating these whole nutrient dense quality single ingredient foods the majority of the time, 95% of the time, you are going to be better off than 95% of people in the world because we have become a fat, out of shape, lazy society that is just focused on these highly ultra processed foods because society is against you. Society wants you to be fat and lazy and have to spend your money on drugs and medicine and all this stuff from the doctors. That's what they want. We have our healthcare system is so backwards. That is a whole other issue that they just want you to give you all these pills and pay all the money for the health insurance and doctor visits and stuff like that. That's not actually helping you. When really, if you just start focusing on real food, sleep, exercise, getting out and getting sunlight, enjoying time with the ones you love, doing things you love, you're gonna be better off than a lot of other people, and that's what it's really about. And when it comes to nutrition and that quality, these foods, the real whole nutrient foods, they pack. And this is where the word quality comes in. They pack so many more nutrients. They get you get your macros, of course, your proteins, your carbs, your fats, but then you also get the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the iron, magnesium, fiber, all this other stuff that's gonna give your body what it wants, and more importantly, what it needs to thrive, to survive, to live your best life, to look better, to feel better, to be able to perform in the gym, at work, at school, in everyday life, being a parent, being a grandparent, being a sibling, whatever it is. These foods are going to make life so much better that you don't even realize it now because you're so used to eating all the processed junk that you just scarf down and scarf down and scarf down. I was there. I did that for years. Growing up not knowing all this stuff, but now everyone knows. We have so much information available to us with the internet, with your cell phone, your computer, AI now. So you have all this information out there that is so readily available, but it doesn't matter if that information is out there if you don't do anything about it. It's about taking action and starting with the quality calories. Getting these quality calories that are going to fill you up, going to make you feel better, going to get you energized, going to help you recover from exercise and training hard. That's what it's about. And it doesn't mean you have to start just all of a sudden, boom, I'm done eating junk. I've been eating this for 30 years. Now I'm just going to randomly one day switch over to all real foods. It doesn't have to be that. Yes, for some people that might work. It might just be, boom, you're able to go get rid of it all and just start anew, fresh, wipe the slate clean right away. That can be it. But for a lot of people, it's not that simple. It's a lot. You've built these bad habits for so long. It takes a long time to break them and rebuild the new habits. So building up and starting where you're at and being realistic with where you're at and starting small. It's not just jumping right in. I mean, yes, you have to jump right in and start doing these things to see them through and build out these small habits, but it's not changing everything right away, because a lot of times that can just become overwhelming. And for most people, you don't have to count calories right away. That can be helpful down the road to see serving sizes and once you get fine tuned and like where I'm at, where I'm trying to nitpick and get the body I want and the energy and results I want. But you don't have to do that right away. You don't have to, again, do everything at one time. Take it slow. Take it, again, realistic where you're at, because if all of a sudden you just change everything, you don't know what's working, what's not. And again, it can get overwhelming and then it just gets frustrating. It's like, I'm doing too much. I'm taking on too much. Too soon. And then you just end up giving up and throwing in the towel too quick and not even seeing the thing out and making sure it works. So it's about, again, being realistic with where you're at and just switching. And the simplest way is just to start eating more real food. So make some simple swaps. Maybe you drink a lot of pop, so we swap that pop out for water, or we just add some more protein to your diet. So a lot of this is a simple one. I work with a lot of people starting out just adding more protein to each meal and building off that. Then you start eating that and you're really like, oh, I'm full. I don't really crave. I'm not having these cravings. And you build off that. Then you start doing something else and you swap in another a food, adding some more vegetables, or getting rid of that bag of Cheetos and getting an apple or an orange or some piece of fruit. And starting that and just taking these real foods in, it's gonna make it. It's gonna kind of auto regulate your body, so you don't even really have to think about calories or macros or anything like that right away. It's getting your body adapted and feeling better and kind of, again, that self regulation. You're not going to overeat. It's hard to overeat on real food. You can't chicken or a giant steak or apples or things like that. You don't see anyone overeat on those. No one's getting fat from eating 10 apples in one sitting, because no one eats 10 apples in one sitting. It's really hard. Yes, there are some foods that, and a lot of it is the fattier foods that are they're because they're more nutrient dense, or they're more calorically dense. Fats are, so things like nut butters, like peanut butter. I could eat a whole jar of peanut butter. I think I get that from my dad. Just being able to sit and eat a whole jar of peanut butter. But again, and there's things like that you have to know kind of, and this is about learning, again, learning your weaknesses. There are foods within these real foods that, again, can be ones that you just can overindulge on, but that's about learning and knowing yourself. But again, still, with the majority of these foods, it is harder to overeat than it is a package of Oreos or a can or a bag of Cheetos or a tub of ice cream. It's so much easier to overeat on those things because they are not quality calories. It's a lot of empty calories, a lot of chemicals that are made to create your taste buds so you want to crave more and send weird signals to your brain. So you got to keep eating more and just can't put it down one after another because you don't have that discipline. You haven't built that discipline to eat just one or two. You eat the whole one or two bags instead of just one or two servings. If you just swap that stuff out and get in these whole nutrient dense real foods, these quality calories, it's going to help. It's going to a lot of times just self-regulate and fill you up and not having you feel full without counting calories, without tracking macros. And that's one of the best. That's, I think, the best place to start. The number one thing people can do is just start focusing on these quality calories, getting your calories from quality sources and knowing where the sources. And yes, it can be tough because we maybe don't live in a place. And again, quality sources doesn't necessarily mean it has to be organic. Yes, those are good, but a lot of that is organic doesn't mean healthy. Gluten-free doesn't mean healthy. Those are whole other topics we could talk on in other videos. Low fat, that stuff doesn't mean healthy, and mainly it means just stay away from like the packaged stuff. Stay away from fast food. Stay away from all the drive-ups and the drive-throughs and that type of stuff. Start preparing your own food. Use those single ingredient foods to make multiple ingredient meals. That is key. Learning to cook and staying in and dining in. That is better than going out any 10 times out of 10. I'd rather eat in than go out because I don't really care for the food, and you have to pay a lot more for crappier food. So I want to invest. I'm at a point in my life where the money I do make, I want to invest that back into myself and into my health. And buying quality nutrient dense foods, that's one thing I will not give up. I'll give up so many other things before I start doing that. And again, it doesn't have to start buying with organic. Maybe you're just switching from like some ultra processed the fast food to buying some lean ground beef. It doesn't have to be grass fed right away. I mean, grass fed is probably better than the grain fed, but you're switching. It's taking it in steps and in smaller steps. So then eventually down the road, maybe you switch to grass fed beef. But again, it's going from that McDonald's burger to buying some 90, 93, 96% lean beef and making your own burgers. Putting that on a sprouted grain bun or a whole wheat bun first. And then, boom, you're going to the grass fed. And then, again, it's steps. You don't have to do it all at once. It's taking where you're at and building off that and stacking these smaller victories that you're seeing in yourself. And again, just changing the quality of your calories is going to go so far. It's going to change the quality of your life. It's going to make you feel better. It's going to help you look better. You're going to have more energy. Your skin might look better. You'll feel better. You won't have as many aches and pains, and might notice maybe different different things you've had. Maybe you'll breathe better, or different things. There's so many, food affects so many different things that we don't realize because we're eating so much crap all the time that we don't realize that we actually feel like garbage because we're so used to feeling like garbage. We think that is feeling good. So you don't actually know what feeling good is. And the number one thing you can do to start feeling good, and as far as the nutrition aspect, is focus on quality calories. Again, quality calories, real food. I think one ingredient is that food. And it's food from earth or foods from animals. And again, there's no set foods of you have to eat this food, you have to eat that food. Find what you like. Get quality protein, quality calories from proteins, quality calories from carbs, quality calories from fats. And when you start focusing on the quality calories, again, you don't necessarily need to focus on counting calories. That can be a tool for a lot of people that can help. I use it. I like it for me, but I don't do it all the time. So you don't have to do it all the time, but especially when you are eating quality calories or quality food sources, it's gonna self-regulate, like as I said before, because these foods have the nutrients, they have the everything in there that's gonna help fill you up. The fiber is gonna help fill you up. The vitamins and minerals and iron and magnesium, all this stuff's gonna give your body the nutrients it wants, it needs to function at its highest. And what good is life if you're not functioning at your best? You should want to be functioning awesome. I was going to say awesomely. I don't think that's a word, but functioning your best as you get older, as you get more experience in this thing, we call life. So, in getting these quality calories and dialing that aspect in is going to take everything else in your life so much farther because it is all so connected. Quality calories equals a quality life. It's going to equal quality sleep, quality training, quality mood, quality attitude, quality energy, quality performance. Again, start there with your nutrition. Focus on the quality of the calories, not just eating a certain number of calories again, because you got the if you fit your macros people and all these other random diets and stuff that, oh, you can promote all this other stuff. You can drink alcohol and you can eat garbage all the time and it fits your macros and calories, so you're good. You can still lose weight and eat junk all the time. If you're eating 1,000 calories, you're probably going to lose weight, but you're not going to be healthy. So that's why half of these bodybuilders are so unhealthy, because they eat a bunch of junk all the time. And it's not just about the way you look. Yes, you're going to look great if you eat quality calories, combine that with sleep, combine that with training, combine that with managing your stress. You're going to look great. You're going to build a good body, the body you want. You can build that if you work for it. But you're also going to improve the inside, your heart, your organs, your brain health, your digestion. You're going to improve all that. So that's where the whole quality calories comes in. And that's what it means to have quality calories, to help your body function and perform at its best. So if you can do one thing to help your nutrition and improve your nutrition, it is simply that. Focus on the quality of the calories you are putting into your body, what you eat, what you drink, food that comes from plants, foods that comes from animals. Find the foods that you like, you enjoy. You can make delicious meals with these real foods. And once you start eating these, you'll realize how much better real food tastes than the ultra processed junk that you are so used to eating. Like, especially fruit. Like, if you eat fruit, if you're a sweet tooth like I am, you eat fruit. I don't Honeycrisp apples. Those are easily one of my favorite. You eat that, and then you go and you eat like a piece of candy, and you just don't. It doesn't taste the same. It tastes fake because it is. It's junk. It's processed. It's just made to want you to eat more. And again, you're eating sugar from fruit or honey or uh, whatever else. Maple syrup. Those are some good fruit sugar. Uh, if you want sugar, you get your sugar from there because sugar is good. I mean, yes, sugar can be bad if you're getting too much of it, especially from these crappy sources. But again, that's a whole another topic. But our bodies get fueled by sugar. So fruit, the sugar in there, but then you eat that Starburst or that Skittle, and it doesn't taste the same. It tastes like garbage compared to a banana or an apple or watermelon, whatever it is. Even vegetables. And again, you can combine. You don't like the flavor of vegetables or a Brussels sprout. I had Brussels sprouts for lunch, so that's why it's on my brain. So if you don't like the taste of Brussels sprouts, maybe you cook it in some grass-fed butter or olive oil or avocado oil or coconut oil even. Try these different, again, mix these one ingredient foods together to make multi-ingredient meals that taste delicious and have you feeling like $1,000,000 rather than eating it and feeling like a dumpster fire and then regretting everything you just ate because you feel like crap and you just, feel like you gained 30 pounds and your stomach's bulging over your waistband and then you're depressed and, I got to throw in the towel and all these thoughts that go through your head. No, you don't have to do any of that. Just start where you're at. Start making some simple swaps and start including these quality calories in your diet rather than all the empty calories, the junk calories that you currently are. And that's really where you want to start. And again, one place to start including those quality calories and then build off that. And that's really the best way to go with your nutrition. Again, hopefully this helps. Hopefully you took something from this and hopefully this is maybe the message you need to hear to get you going and get you off on the next foot, the right step in the right direction to becoming an athlete for life and building the best life that you want. That building that body you want that not only looks good but feels good and performs good in the gym, at work, in school. So that's what I have for you today, guys. Hopefully it helped. We'll talk to you again soon.